most of you know by now, I was raised as an environmentalist by an environmentalist. My dad works on sustainability contracts, the United States military. My idea of a good bedtime story is The Lorax by Dr. Seuss. I can hardly leave a room without turning a light off. I drive a hybrid to school. So obviously the idea that our everyday actions should cater to the needs of the earth is not a new idea to me by any means. I've never been able to resist the call of Earth to help it. In fact, a year ago my world was sort of turned upside down when a movie explained to me the atrocities that the meat industry inflicts upon the earth, and within a month I was a vegetarian. When my Facebook feed reminds me that 2016 was the hottest year on record, I go and sketch a new design for my electric Volkswagen in hopes of driving an electric car to school throughout my senior year. So obviously this is just me. So why should you care? Well, the answer comes down to a few simple yet monumental points. Although it does feel as if it's not very easy for one single person to make a significant impact on the environment, in actuality, all of us as humans have an individual responsibility to passionately pursue environmentalism and sustain the earth. Because 1, humans cause the problem. 2, the earth is our home. And 3, one person can actually have a significant impact on the environment. So, the simplest and most direct reason that humans have a responsibility to care for the environment is because of the fact that human intervention into natural cycles is the reason for environmental degradation. Since the Industrial Revolution, copious amounts of greenhouse gas pollution has caused climate change, ocean acidification, disease. And when NASA reports that 97% of scientists agree that climate change and its symptoms are man-made, then there's no question of whether or not it's our fault. Every day, Westerners are actively participating in climate change and environmental degradation. And so we have a responsibility to pick up after ourselves. It's sort of like making a mess in public. You don't just leave your trash behind, you pick up after yourself. And similarly with the earth, once we recognize the fact that it is our fault and it has been our fault all along, we have a responsibility to course correct. Taking morals into account, let's look at the issue more practically. The earth is our home. We need it to sustain us for a long time. It provides food and water and land and a host of other resources, acting as a sort of Garden of Eden. Unfortunately, the National Climate Assessment estimates that as temperatures rise, the United States is likely to see a significant increase in the number of consecutive dry days and the number of water shortages over the next few years. Drier days means less food and hungrier people. And it's not a matter of choice of whether or not we care for the earth or not. Humans need certain resources to live, and we have to sustain those resources in order to maintain our current status. Just like the classic American sweethearts, Elvis Presley and Emily Dickinson, wouldn't have been the same without their respective blue suede shoes or white gown. Humans wouldn't be the same if we didn't have a healthy planet on which to live and didn't have the resources that the planet provides. So, in order to keep this healthy, dependent relationship on the earth, humans have to sustain the resources that the earth provides. While it is easy to understand the benefits of large-scale environmentalism, many of you might be asking at this point, what can I do? It's easy to feel as if one person cannot have an impact on the environment, but this is not the case. There's a long list of lifestyle changes that can lead to significant reductions in personal footprints. The two most important being driving an alternative fuel car for transportation and switching to a plant-based diet. According to the Springer publications and Scientific American magazine and Twente University in the Netherlands, one single person on a plant-based diet can save 1,100 gallons of water, 20 pounds of carbon dioxide, and 30 square feet of forested land every single day. Now, the largest impact from these actions actually comes from the influence that these actions have on the people around you, not just the actions themselves. For example, when I became vegetarian, my household quickly followed suit to keep up with me, and now we only eat vegetarian meals at home. When I decided to build an electric car over a year ago, instantly a range of opportunities opened up for me to educate people in my community about alternative energy. When any one person intentionally makes an effort to pursue environmentalism and sustain the earth, there's a great impact. And we can see this through the influence that people have on those around them. Now, at this point, I hope I've made it clear that environmentalism is about more than just tree huggers. We all have a responsibility to take care of the planet. We shouldn't just leave it to the radical activists or the liberals exclusively to take care of the planet for us. We all have to make an effort to sustain our resources, to promote environmentalism, and ensure that we have this earth for years to come. So what will you do?